how can I live comfortably without working? Now, as someone who has accomplished this, I can give you a lot of advice. However, it's not for everybody. It just isn't. But the first thing you need to start with is, what is comfort to you? Because so many times we have been convinced of what comfort is. And this comfort, or this sort of comfort, does not bring us happiness, and then we complain all our lives until we get old and die. So first, sit down and ask yourself, if I were the only person on earth, what would be comfort for me? And start from there. Because to many people, comfort is paying the bills without having to worry. Or always having money to get what you want. But I'm afraid for this, you're going to have to be in the system. And if you are in the system, you cannot not work. You have to work. Now, another matter is, we need to change the last word, working. You will still do some work, but you will not be doing 40 hours a week, sometimes even more. This is the difference. I still do some work, but it's about 8 to 10 hours a week. And it's work I like doing. So try and ask yourself, what is it you like doing? And again, don't be one of those idiots that keeps on saying, I don't know what it is I want. I don't know what it is I like. If you do not know what it is you like, life is not worth living. End it now. Do not waste any more time. So, find what you like doing. I remember after I went broke, I started doing sessions. But of course, I was not busy in the beginning. And I remember one of my brothers and one of my sisters were living in the same city as me, San Francisco. And they were telling me, you've got to get a regular job. And I was saying, I cannot get a regular job. I just cannot do a regular 9-to-5 job. Also, this is all I want to do. Yes, but you're not making enough money from this. I will just have to make do until I do make more money, because this is what I like. Giving sessions is all I want to do. So for about a year, I was extremely broke. Extremely. I had to do things to eat. Okay. Because that's all I wanted to do. So don't think that because you've started doing what you want to do, you will automatically become rich. It does not work that way. The way it works is, if you are constantly in the energy of doing what you want to do, the vibration goes up, and then it will be easier to attract money as well. Because I have had some clients who said, okay, I started doing what I want to do, now what? Well, now, too bad it's illegal in your country for me to kill you, because I just want to grab your head and smash it on the wall, because you're such an idiot. Now what? The fact that you are doing what you want to do should be enough. But no, it isn't. I'm going to do what I want to do so I can get the money I want to get. And then the money doesn't come. Because you are doing it mentally. You're not doing it because this is what you want to do. For 1 year in San Francisco, I would go to the supermarkets and steal food so I can eat. Not every single day, but at least 1 in 3 days. Because I was that broke. But this was all I wanted to do. And I did not care that I was that broke. Well, it wasn't nice. But I had to remain true to myself. And being true to myself was only focusing on what I'm doing now. So you cannot go into a job that you like and say, okay, where's the money now? Excuse me. It does not work like this. You have to keep doing what you like a long time. Who was it? I think it was Steve Jobs that said, you have to like what you do because it takes a long time to become successful. It does. So that's one way. Sorry. That's one way to go into what you like doing. And then after a while, after maybe 1 year, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 5, we don't know, then you will be able to earn an easier living. But there's another big but here. You will need to simplify your life completely. Everything I own, I can tell you exactly what I own. 1 pair of shoes, sports shoes, 1 pair of jeans, and about 8 to 10 t-shirts. Depends on the day. Sometimes when I'm going to another city, I throw 2 away so my bag can be lighter. And every winter I buy a jacket and I leave it wherever the winter finished. And that is it. You will need to simplify, simplify, simplify. There's nothing wrong with having things, but then don't complain that you have to work for them. Sorry, I do have a laptop as well. And that's it. I travel, do some work here, some work there. I'm not rich, but I do live comfortably. And I'm doing what I like. And at night, I sleep like a baby. Because I have no bills to pay, I have no debts, and most important of all, I have no one to impress. So many of us will not simplify because what will our friends say? They will say, you cannot afford this anymore. So you need to tell all your friends to fuck off mentally, because it's not your friend's fault that you need their attention. So when you're thinking in your head of what will my friends say, that's when you'll say, my friends can fuck off. I'm living for me. And then you go into doing what it is you like. You might like more than one thing. And what you like today might not be what you like tomorrow. So don't think of the future. This is the system again. You're coming back into the system by thinking of the future. It's like, what do I like right now? Yes, there will be times when I don't eat. So, what's the big deal? Do you think everybody that eats 3 meals a day is happy? They're not. So really, what is the big deal? Let's see if there's any other ways you can live comfortably without working. So many people try and become well off, meaning try and make a lot of money, so then they can stop working. But you see, there is one side effect when you have a lot of money. You're worried in case you lose it. And then you keep doing things not to lose the money. And it doesn't matter how much you have. You could have $100,000 or $10 million. You will still keep doing things not to lose it. And if, let's say, your $10 million goes down to $9.5 million, you will panic. You will start thinking you're losing your money. And see, this is not necessarily a comfortable living. I'm not against money. There's nothing wrong with money. but it does not necessarily translate to comfortable living. A little bit helps, but beyond a certain amount, it becomes more of a headache, because then all your focus goes into sustaining the money you have, into keeping the money you have. Anyway, let's go back let's go back to how can I live comfortably, because I don't think I've given you enough information. You know why I cannot give you more information? Because there's probably 1,000 different ways to work, not just 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. And this is why I cannot give you information on this. I read a line from somebody: I want freedom in my head. This is what you want to accomplish. Freedom in your head. First accomplish this, and then try and figure out how you can earn a living doing what you like. Because if you do not have freedom in your head, you won't get there, I'm afraid. You just won't. I feel there's more here, but I'm not getting it. I'm going to pause it for 1 second to see if there's more. I'm going to concentrate for a minute. I'm not really getting any more information, but one thing that did come to mind was, this is not my line, I heard it from other people. Try and teach what you know. There is always someone who wants to learn more, or is interested in what it is you know. Again, you might not make a lot of money, because teaching doesn't pay that well, but you will be free. The main thing is being free. Let's put it this way. There are many times throughout the year, that I'm left with less than $100 in my pocket, a lot less sometimes. But I don't worry, because I feel free and I don't stress. You will have to reach this point in your life. You will have to reach a point where you will understand that the universe won't just let you die. And if it does, so what? So what? You see, we have this fear, like, I don't want to die. Why not? Why not die? Why not go back home? So you will have to reach this point as well, because I did reach that point years ago, and now I don't care. It would be nice to always have money and always do what I want, but at the same time, I don't care. If you can reach this point, you will be free, you will be comfortable, and you can do any jobs that come up. I remember when I was living on Miami Beach, I met so many people in the hostel I was staying in that would come from professional jobs. They left their jobs, they could not bear them anymore, and they would live a very simple life, living in a hostel with 5 other people in the room, go down to the marina every day and find jobs on boats for just that one day. And they would make, let's say, I think back then it was $100 a day. Now, I'm sure they used to work in a job where they made $100 an hour. But because their life was so simple now, $100 a day could get them by for a whole week. So if you really want to do it, you can do it. Many have done it. But you have to do it with the notion of, I want to be free. Not with the notion of, okay, everybody tells me that if I do what I like, I will make money. So let me start doing what I like. No, it's not going to work. You're not going to make money. Because there's so much more to this than just do what you like and you will make money. You have to also be free in your head, in your mind. and not do things mentally. Otherwise, stay in your job. I will leave it at this.